Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you taking your time to stop and to take a look at my videos today. And if you've been here before, welcome back, and thank you for coming back as well. Today we're going to be working on a SpongeBob cake. It's a simple cake. We're doing a half sheet. It's a vanilla cake with buttercream icing. We're going to do it how we normally do it. Start with the simple syrup, the buttercream, do the decorations from beginning to end. I'm going to be using an edible image today that we're going to be putting on the cake. I'm breaking out the airbrush machine. We're going to do a little bit of airbrush, but this is going to be one of those quick ones because half sheets are pretty quick. Shouldn't take too long, although you can do a lot of things to it. But this one here, we're just going to break in on it, get it done, make sure it's pretty, and move on to the next cake. And hey guys, if you guys are seeing the last few videos, a lot of times with me, it's Friday. So Friday for a cake decorator, for anybody who does treats, cakes, or anything like that, it's one of our busiest days. We're busy banging it out and getting it done, and there's no exception for me here. I got quite a few cakes for this weekend. It's actually not a lot. I only got about maybe 6 orders or so this weekend, and I'm filming them all together back to back. I'm getting done with one, so if you see me and it looks like I'm wearing the same thing, it's because I am. I'm doing one video, I'm going right to the next one rather than running you guys all the way to the end of my day and the video is so long for you guys. So again, thank you guys for coming back. Let's get started. So like I said, if you guys want to see how I make my boards, because this is just a simple corrugated board that has been wrapped, you can just check back on a couple videos back from here and you'll see how I make the cake boards, how I put the actual foil on it, and you could change it to any color you want. If it's a Barbie cake, you want to make it kink. If it's black, you want to make it Fortnite. If it's red, you want to make it Spider-Man. You can change it any color you want. So if you guys will go back to a couple videos ago, and it was actually the video where I did the money cake, I break it down in real detail for you on where to go and get your stuff and how to actually do it. So let's get started. Like I said, this is a vanilla cake, half sheet. We're gonna take our famous simple syrup. We're gonna put it on the cake. Now I know you guys see this hole here in the center of the cake, and what I do is when I bake my half sheets, I'll take I'll take one of my tips. Like, see, this is a tip, but this is actually a small tip. I'll take one of the bigger tips, like the cupcake tips, and once I get all my batter in the pan, I'll take it and I'll sit it in there. And this metal acts as, gosh, the word is escaping me right now, but for the most part, keeping it 100, this metal makes the heat move around, and it's not just burning my ends or burning my sides. It makes everything diffuse right, okay? So when you're doing anything that's larger than a 10-inch pan, you could just take like one of your tips. Remember, I tell you guys in all the videos, I use my cake bowls, my cake pans, anything for whatever I need it for. A cake pan ain't just to go in the oven, it's a bowl to me too. So you wanna take your tip, and I put it in the middle, and that way every part of my cake will get done at the same time. So a lot of times if you guys see me doing half sheets and you see the hole, it's no matter. I fill the hole up with buttercream, or if I'm doing cake pops or something and I got extra cake, I'll drop some more cake in it, okay? So now we're gonna put the simple syrup on, and the only reason why I'm actually touching this cake with my brush is because it's a vanilla cake. I have it turned over, so like the bottom part that's actually in the oven is the part that I turn up facing us. So when you're making cake and you want your cakes to look professional, you want the flattest side to be your top. And to be honest with you, that really goes best when you're doing like round cakes and square cakes and things like that. But when you're doing something flat like this, if I'm honest, you really can't actually have the other side up, because I'm going to put all these decorations on that so no one will ever notice. But just so you don't have to cut the cake off, you know how we have to do with the round cakes, with the sheet cake, that part that's at the bottom, that's the bottom when you're baking, turn it over and have that part as your top. So that's all I got here. We're getting a simple syrup on. And all simple syrup is, the way I make mine, 4 cups of sugar, 2.5 cups of water, and then I put some vanilla in it to taste, okay? I put it in the microwave for 10 minutes, simple syrup. Matter of fact, here's the tip right here, the one that I use right in the center here, okay? All right, so now we got our simple syrup on. So all we're gonna take, if you guys been watching me, you guys know I make my own buttercream. I do it from scratch. Yes, it's real butter in this, baby. Okay, and I got the big buttercream bucket right here. I make about 3 or 4 batches before I get started with all my cakes. That way I don't have to stop. So let's get to it. So we're gonna take, now, if you're doing this cake, you actually could take it, color up all your icing and do all of that, but I broke out the airbrush machine, and the fastest way to get color on your cake is to airbrush it, okay? So, because I'm not trying to make this long and drawn out, it's just a half sheet, so we're gonna make it quick and easy like it should be. So, we're gonna pounce our buttercream on, and then you say, well, dang, you know, you put all that on there, or how much buttercream you need? I gotta do the whole top, I gotta do the whole sides, and as I'm doing it, I'm gonna be taking some off, okay? Then we're gonna take our spatula, and I'm just holding it, and I'm right on top of it, and I'm just smoothing, and I'm just turning as I'm smoothing so I can see the side that I'm doing. I'm on this side so I can see it. I'm on this side, I can see it. I come over here, I can see it. Now, that looks like a lot still up there. So now I'm gonna take the icing and I'm gonna move it to the edge. And then I'm gonna catch it here and I'm gonna touch it lightly and get that side covered. Then I'm gonna turn it around, get all that buttercream that's piled up there. Same thing, move it to the edge. Do this side. If I need some more, come up here and grab it. And that's why I put a little bit more over there. That way I won't have to keep dipping in my buttercream. You can, but you know, when you're trying to get it done. So I hit the sides, and don't go in real hard. Just be lightly touch it on the side. That way you don't bring any crumbs out, because I don't crumb coat my half sheets. I ain't got time for that. I just wanna keep moving with it because it's just a half sheet, okay? Not saying a half sheet shouldn't be perfect, but it will be when I'm done. Well, nothing's perfect, but you guys know what I mean. So now I'm just grabbing a little bit more, pushing it over, and I'm gonna do this side. I'm touching it lightly. I'm not pressing hard because I don't want any crumbs to come out, because like I said, I don't wanna have to crumb coat a half sheet. Then I'm gonna get a little bit more, push it over to this side, grab it, and lightly do this side. Usually, typically when I'm icing up a half sheet, I usually have it iced in about 4 or 5 minutes or so. Okay, now if you go around, all our sides are iced, okay? Now I'm just kind of bringing it all together just a little bit. We're gonna take our scraper. You guys know I love this scraper. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit this side. And all we're doing is, you know, making our edge clean. And then any buttercream that we have on the board, we're taking it off. And we're gonna go to this side, come straight down. And if you're touching the base of the cake and your icing is already smooth, you're not gonna have to do much. See, already done. Come to this side, hit it, boom. Come in here, any icing that's on the board, we're just gonna grab it, put it back in our icing bucket. Now, the reason why I'm putting it on the side of my bucket here, The reason why I'm putting it on the side of my bucket here, now this is my icing that I'm using for all of my cakes. So I definitely don't want any crumbs in that, because any color that I'm gonna make, any cake that I'm gonna make, I'm gonna use it from this bucket. So because I tapped lightly and I didn't, you know, hit the cake too hard, I know there's no crumbs in it. So I can easily put it back there. But if this was something that I was crumb coating, I would not be putting it back in my regular bowl. So now we got all 4 sides. Now all we're gonna do is pick an edge, pick a corner, and just bring it in. Just bring it in, going all the way around. Now, because with this half sheet, we're gonna put an edible image on top, and then I'm gonna do some decorations on top as well. So if you got, you know how when we doing the round cakes and the square cakes and the tier cakes, we want them to be perfect and flawless and everything. With the half sheet, you don't have to worry about that, because I'm finna put so many decorations, you know what I'm saying, just kind of over it, that, you know, it don't matter if you see like a hole or something like that. It's gonna be sprinkles on this cake, you know, that type of deal. So it's not like the other kind of cakes. So when you can get in here and do it and not have to worry about all those extra bells and whistles and everything, then that's when you take this time and just bank it. And that's what we're doing today. We're just banking it. And for me, that just means, you know, we banging it out. Now me, I can't help myself a little bit. I do gotta, because I can't help myself a little bit, because, but for the most part, it's already done. Now boom, all the sides are done and the top is done. That fast. Now, I got my airbrush machine here. The way I got it plugged up and everything, I know you can see the little brush part here, the little machine part is sitting down there. I got my pan. Remember I told you guys, I take my cake pans, I use them as bowls, I use them for whatever I need them for. So we got this cake pan, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna airbrush the cake. It's SpongeBob, he's underwater, so we're gonna put a little bit of blue on the cake. Then after we get the blue on the cake, we're gonna apply our edible images, put the decorations on, put it what it's supposed to say, and this cake is gonna be done. Then I'm gonna meet you guys in the next video where we're gonna knock out another cake. But I did forget one thing. I forgot to bring my blue airbrush. So I'm gonna go and grab my airbrush, and I'll be right back, okay? Hi guys, I'm back. Now, I just went and grabbed my airbrush. It's royal blue. Forget how the bottle looks, you guys. You know, I do this for real. And I've been doing this for years. And, you know, things get knocked around a little bit, and this is not a new bottle. So this is Royal Blue Airbrush, and it's by Chef Master, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna take that, let me turn my machine on. Okay, I just got it right down here. So now that my machine is on, I'm gonna take my airbrush. Now, when you're airbrushing, do not take your gel color. Like I have some Royal Blue Chef Master gel color here. Now, the way to tell the difference, let me show you. The way to tell the difference is with your airbrush. If you can hear it, it's shakeable, you know, like water. The gel, you won't hear it, it's thick. So, airbrush shakeable, gel is thick. Now, gel is what we put in our colors and color the different icings and stuff like that. If I keep it 100, if it's some airbrush sitting next to me, I'll color my icing with that too. But you just can't put a lot of it because it is a water-based consistency and you don't want to make your icing too loose, okay? But when you're doing your airbrush machine, do not put this gel in it. You might as well just forget about it. Go on, get ready to sit down, break your machine down, clean it, put it back together and everything because it'll get clogged and nothing will flow through. So airbrush. Go ahead, put that in there. And then I'm just gonna airbrush the cake. I'm not really trying to get it all real dark blue. I'm not really trying to get it because, you know, the water, maybe some water is dark blue, but I'm not really trying to get it that color. And I'm not really trying to get it a deep dark color because I don't want the cake all super wet. You know, the more you spray, the harder you spray, the closer you spray, yeah, just the more you spray, the more color you put, the harder you spray, because I could push this thing, you know, the wetter your cake will get. And I don't have time to, you know, I don't want my cake wet like that. I want to keep moving. And if I put my edible image on top of a wet cake, the edible image could run, because, you know, an edible image is nothing but ink. So now I kind of got my little blue base. I done made it like a little pale color, which is all I really want. I just don't want them to get a white cake, if that makes sense. Okay, so now that I got a little pale blue, so now when you're putting the half sheet on, I know that the half sheet is that the edible image is gonna take most of my half sheet up. So now I just want to put, it's under the sea, so I just want to put just a few little decorations on the top. So I just go in and just put some swirls, how it might look underwater. And I just make it a little darker. And I just go, let me add a little bit more. And just add a little bit of time. But this cup here, you can fill this cup all the way up if you want. But when you do that, it'll spill. So I don't really put that much in it. And then I'm just going, putting some little circles around the side. You know, just some quick little decorations on the cake. Now I just got, let me put in this corner here, it's a little bit more in there. Okay, boom. We just got some simple decorations around the cake, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is with my pan, I told you I'll use my pans for everything. I'm just gonna wash out the airbrush before I even put it to the side, because I don't want no kind of color to stick in the corner, to dry in the corner, or do any of that. And then, you know, I gotta break my whole airbrush machine down and clean it before I can even use it again, okay? Dry it off with my towel I got right here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my airbrush machine off because that's all I wanted to do. Yeah, I could take 5 other colors and put it on here, but I'm gonna do the colors with icing. So let me turn my machine off. Okay, and we don't have to worry about that noise. Now I'm gonna take my wet cloth and I'm gonna go around the sides of the board and I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. Just because when my client gets the cake, you know what I mean? I want it to look, you know, professional. I don't want to have airbrush laying all on the board, looking like, you know, I ain't even care. You know what I mean? Like I just rushed through it, you know, that type of thing. Although, to be honest, I've been doing these cakes for a while. I could leave it there and make this cake look so pretty, you wouldn't even know it was there. But just, you know, just to really show you the right way, just go ahead and clean it up. And then that way you won't have to do no extra decorations. Okay. Okay. Boom. So we cleaned up the edges. We cleaned up our boards. I'm going to move this over just a little bit so y'all can see. That's better. That's much better. Okay. So now we're going to take our edible image. This cake is actually due in a little bit over an hour, but it doesn't take long to make. We're going to make this one. And then we're going to come back in the next video and we're going to bang out my Blues Clues order. I got to bang out some cupcakes. I'm going to bring you guys along with me. So now, take out the edible image. We're just going to peel it right off. Now, like before, in my last video, I just kind of pick what side I want to be my front. So, whatever side I want to be my front. Even in the sheet cakes, I pick a side. And I want this to be my front. So now I'm going to take the edible image and I'm going to center it. Put it right in the center of the cake. I want to take some gloves. Just make sure you're working with clean hands. You can wear gloves or not wear gloves. It's up to you and whatever you're comfortable with. And I'm just rubbing my hands over it, just making it adhere and stick to the cake. Anywhere where it's up a little bit, I'm just making it adhere and stick. Okay. And then don't skip this part, because you really, if you don't do that, like push it down and make sure it's adhered to the cake or stuck to the cake, then it could like buckle up, you know, to come up some, and it'll be, you know, looking kind of weird, and you don't want that. So I'm just going around it. I'm gonna take a second. Boom, that's done. Now I got a blue bag here. I got a pink bag, 2 pink bags. I got a pink bag with this cake is for a woman, actually. She's turning 25. So I got a rosette tip, and I got 2 regular bags where I can do the regular tips. The rosette tip is, you know, that's like the big cupcake tip, I should say. And then I got a yellow bag and I got a white bag. So these are the colors that I'm gonna use on this cake. Now, also guys, I pulled out, if you didn't know, I have my own sprinkle line, Above All Creations sprinkles, and these sprinkles here is actually like a mermaid theme. They have mermaid tails, seashells, all the pretty colors under the sea. And if you'd be interested, this is our 10-ounce jar. Our 10-ounce jar right now is $10. And it is everything. You can use it for mermaid, under the sea. You see the mermaid tails in there? It's very beautiful. If you're interested, just email me at aboveallcreations@gmail.com. We'll have it down in the description box, and I can get one shipped out to you. Okay, so this, even though it has the mermaid tails and everything, it's perfect for any under the water theme. So we're gonna use a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, because like I said, this cake isn't for a child, although it's a childlike cake, it's for a woman. You guys know that saying where they say, what's better than 24? 25. So she's turning 25. So now what I'm gonna do, because like I said, it's for a woman. So I am going to actually show you guys how to do, matter of fact, we're gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna take my blue bag, okay? Now, so I don't have to mess up so many dishes and use so many bowls, so I don't have a whole lot of cleanup when I'm done. We're just gonna grab from our icing bucket. Be careful that it don't drop on your cake. We're gonna drop some icing right in our bag. A little bit more right in our bag. And my bag has touched my other bags, but it's okay, we got this. And then I just push it down some, and I just massage it just a little bit, not a lot. I don't want to massage it a lot. And I'm just wiping my hands off over here. I don't want to massage it a lot because I want it to be like blue and white. You know how water is like blue with that trim of white through it, like that crushing water? That's what I'm doing. And then we're gonna take tip number 20. We're gonna put the tip on, put the coupler on, and we're gonna go ahead and start decorating the cake. And all I'm doing, I got a garbage bowl right here that I use, you know, when I'm doing anything that's, that I'm, you know, garbage, basically. You know, this is the cake world, so it ain't garbage for real, but you know what I mean. Any trash that I'm not using. So now we just gonna go around the cake. And I'm just doing things kind of, see that when I put that on, I'm doing kind of swirly because we thinking about SpongeBob and he's underground. So the whole thing that I put on, I kind of swirled it. You know, kind of like the swirls that we already airbrushed on the cake. Okay? Like I said, with these half sheets, it's special just like everybody else's party, you know? But it's faster, so let's keep it that way. So now we got the top. Oh, I got a little hole in my bag. So we got the top. Now we're gonna go up top. And I'm gonna do the swirl up top. It's a girl, so I wanna do the swirl a little differently. I'm gonna do a little swirl in the corner, a little swirl in this corner, a little swirl in this corner. And you see how this icing kind of dimmed up, but it still look like underwater? We're gonna do a little swirl here. I got a hole in my bag, but we decorating for real. We don't got time to change our bag right now. Boom. So right here, since it's where we're gonna be writing what's better than 24, 25, so we wanna save space for that. So now I'm gonna put that bag down and I'm gonna grab my pink bag. And in between those, we're gonna put some pink swirls. Okay? Then I'm gonna take this one and swirl the top. Okay? Get all that icing out of there. Boom. Now the top is done. Now, because this is SpongeBob and this is underwater, we're gonna take our white bag and we're gonna do like some little, matter of fact, yeah, we'll do it with that too. But I'm just gonna do like some little, just some little dots. As if it was like the little balls up underwater, like the little bubbles, okay? You can't do nothing wrong here. This is your cake, it's your design. Like I tell you guys, most of my clients, they want me to freestyle, and that's what I do. I'm just freestyling. Anything that comes to my mind that I'm thinking would be under this water, and I'm also, one of the key things that I really do is I take my picture. Like this picture of SpongeBob, I've not done so many SpongeBob cakes, so it's kind of in my head. But with this picture right here, like say for instance, if you're not a good freestyler or you feel like you're not a good freestyler, number one, don't say that out loud. Even if you're thinking it, don't say that out loud. Speak life. Say what you really want, you know? So if you want to be great at freestyling, say, I'm great at freestyling. Even if you feel like you're not, don't speak out what you don't want. So, however, what you want to do is, I look at this picture and take my inspiration from this picture. I see bubbles, like I was telling you earlier. I see little squigglies. I see flowers. I see all kinds of speckles. So that's what I'm gonna mimic and do to the cake because it's my inspiration. So I'm gonna take this and we have our orange bag, our yellow bag. And I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just doing some squigglies because I already see squigglies on the cake. So I'm gonna add some. And then it's yellow, it's SpongeBob. So anything I do is okay. No matter what I do, it's okay because I'm freestyling. Now, I'm gonna take my pink bag before I go too crazy with the decorations. Make sure you save room to write whatever it was that you wanted to write on the cake. And so my client wanted me to write, what's better than 24 with a question mark 25, because his lady is turning 25. Her name is Kiera. And then it's gonna say, happy birthday, Kiera. So now I'm gonna go ahead and write my message. That way, when I go on with my decorations, it won't get in the way. Okay, we'll still have room to have a message. So let's write. Let's see how we're gonna do it. We're gonna write on the image, what's better than 20? Okay, so what's better than the number 24? Get our question mark. And then I'm gonna write a big 25 right over here. This is her age now. And then at the bottom, it's supposed to say, happy birthday, Kiera. We got the writing and everything. For the most part, this cake is done. And it already looks cute. Now, the only thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that sprinkle mix that I told you we carried. See how it looks in there? See the seashells and everything? I'm gonna take some of the seashells, put them right around the cake because it's underwater. So, although I made it for mermaid, the colors are pretty. They go with SpongeBob. The cake is for a girl. So, we're gonna put some stuff around. Now, a lot of times when I do this cake, I'll take my pink bag and I'll show it to you. So I'll do a couple so you guys can see. Now we got, these are real chocolate candies and they so good. And they purple, so I figure why not put a few on here, and that will actually bring out a little purple in the cake. Boom. Very colorful. Just a beautiful cake. It's just the colors. The colors. Okay. Now, put, honestly, right there. Boom. See? We only used just a little bit. The sprinkles. Close it up. Boom. Now, that is done. What I'm going to do is, I told you I was going to show you a little Squidworms. What I normally do is, I'll take, let me cross the T. I don't want to forget to cross the T. I'll take like this, and I'll round it off like this. And then I'll do like some little squiggly legs. I'll do another one over here. I might have to lift the cake up some so you guys can actually see this part. I guess when I'm doing flat cakes, I'm gonna need to bring it closer to me and maybe put it down a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit better. What I'm gonna do. Y'all know I'm just really starting my YouTube channel, so a lot of things we gonna learn together, or y'all gonna teach me, and we gonna figure it out. Okay, so that part is done. Boom. Let's pop these gloves off because this cake is done. So, I'll show you guys. Now, right here, I don't have a border on. Now, you could decide if you don't like that. You could say, no, I think I want a border. So, for the sake of it, let's put something blue right there. We'll lean it out. Boom. Okay. Now look, guys. See the little Squidwords where I made the little thing and had the little line coming out? Let me move this buttercream bucket. See the little Squidward thingies? Pretty, huh? Quick, fast, and easy. I'm telling you, I could do a sheet cake like if we weren't talking and kicking it. I could do this whole cake from, just what I showed you, a pretty simple design. I could do this whole cake in about 15 minutes and I will already be on the next cake, okay? All right, so that was quick, easy, and done. So I want to thank you guys again for coming back to my channel. I want to thank you guys for watching me make this sheet cake today. I want to let you guys know that I love you guys, that this is my passion, that I enjoy what I'm doing, and I am so happy to be able to share it with you guys. So on that note, thank you again for watching, and have a fabulous, fabulous, happy, and prosperous week. Bye.